stretches again. Stretches horizontal.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna go through the answers. It's okay if you didn't finish. Okay, so the first one,
Right.
the negative is on the A spot, which changes the Y, which means this is what I'm doing. Y. So that's a reflection
We get it wrong.
No, we got it.
over
Oh,
the x-axis.
Because it's a D.
If it changes Y, it goes over the x,
over y-axis.
over
Oh,
x-axis.
yeah. Okay.
Now, this is a B.
Fun and
Thanks,
jam.
Jacob. This is a B. That is a horizontal
Compress.
compression by 2.
1 out of 3.
And this is a D. So down 5.
Yeah.
If
You're wrong on every A.
you put this down 5 ahead of that, you would be incorrect as an order, right? You would have to do all the multiplying stuff before the shifts, right? These can go vice versa. Yeah, but this has to be last. Okay, number 2. This is a B and this is a C. So I would have to do the B first. Okay, if I'm dividing by a quarter, think of opposite. So it's actually going to horizontally stretch by 4.
We got it.
Oh my.
She just wrote it.
Stretches by 4. Horizontally
We
stretch.
did stretches times 4 horizontal.
And so that's opposite. This is also opposite. Left.
Yes, sir.
Sounds like I'm the wrong one. I did right side.
Question 3. I tried to be tricky. Did you catch my trick?
Can't trick me out.
We didn't get it.
Not written correctly. It wasn't factored out, the B.
Shame.
So there's a horizontal compression by 2.
And then horizontal.
And then
Like
right,
Right, like 7.
7.
Probably something.
So if you had written right 14, you would have been incorrect because you forgot to factor it out.
Could we do compress horizontal instead of horizontal compression? Think that's fine?
You French people, you always like things backwards like that, don't you?
Well, I just think of compress first and then
Yes.
horizontal comes to
What
my
is
brain
that?
later.
That's fine.
Okay.
Okay,
People always
last one. 5 is an A. That is a vertical stretch.
Stretch vertical. Yeah, got it.
Vertical stretch.
Holy Christ.
Stretch horizontal.
Okay, I tried to trick you again.
Oh, you got me.
Did I get
We
you?
might have been busted.
This is also written incorrectly. The -1, you always have to start with an X, and it doesn't. It starts with a -X. So that should read X plus 3 now, factored out. So the negative is a reflect over what one? The y-axis. And then the last part, if I did trick you, you would have got that one wrong. It should be to the left, 3.
No, we did.
Because if you forgot to factor it out, you would have wrote right 3.
So
So
with the negative at the on the first one and here when we did reflects over the whatever axis, that's just for -1.
negative multipliers.
Negative yeah. Sorry, negative
A's or
multiplier.
B's that are negative, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to do some notes questions. You're learning nothing new, we're just doing more. So this is where we stopped yesterday in our notes.
Nothing new, just more. More practice. Okay, I like that. Okay with that.
Like I said, ABCD is the foundation to 4 more units, so it's something we have to spend time and master.
Can we like do that little thing like at the beginning of every class?
Yeah, like a little
That
recap.
you did? That was good.
Okay. first thing I would do is I would label this a quarter as a which letter?
A.
An A, and this is a B. Do we remember our math coordinate? What kinds of things did we do with the X? Divide by B, subtract C. What kinds of things did we do to the Y? Multiply A and add D. Y was multiply, add. X was opposite, divide, subtract, right? Okay, so I'm going to,
Wait, what does this mean?
a quarter gets multiplied by the Y, and the X gets divided by a half. So I just did that. I put them into this equation. What's the same thing in math as dividing something by a half? Timesing it by 2. Okay, so there we go. 2 times our X. So what's 2 times 16? 32. What's a quarter of 4? What's quarter times 4 or 4? 1. So that's our new coordinate.
Oh. Interesting. So like you can play really complicated Battleship. Or what is it called? They have Battleship.
Yeah, you got
Yeah,
it.
find your coordinate.
That actually is though. Like, you're gonna
Okay,
put it into, like,
I have a negative in which position? This is an A or a B negative?
True.
A. So the A is on the
No.
Y.
It reflects negative.
So that's what I do. An A is a Y multiplier. So here, what is my new point? So 8 is X. And then what is negative 1 times negative 24? Positive 24. So that's the thing I changed, right? Can you visualize it? 8, negative 24, and now 8, positive 24, right? You see the reflection? Okay. This question has a negative in the which position? The A, B, C, D are your options for answers.
B.
B. So now I'm going to do X divided by that B number.
So 8 divided by negative.
So 8 divided by negative 8, or sorry, 8 divided by negative 1 changes to negative 8.
Oh, it's a reflection over the y-axis.
So don't change negative 24. Don't change that, right? That stays. So 8, negative 24 is there. And negative 8, negative 24 is there. Next question. We have an A, a C, and a D, right? You recognizing them all? Okay, so which things change with the X? Just the C. So X minus 3, opposite. A is a multiply by Y and add the 2. So what is your new coordinate? So what is the X value? 8 minus 3, 5, comma, okay, negative 1 times negative 24. And then add 2. What do you get to? Positive 26. Okay, grade 11, you graphed y equals x squared. Do you remember graphing it? Okay, give me the coordinate 0, 0. You would have the coordinate 1, 1. You would have the coordinate 2, 4. See, you remember. What would be your next coordinate to the right? 3, 9. And then that flipped around as well, right? Negative 1, 1.
So satisfying to draw. Oh, you actually do.
We can actually.
Sport.
Okay, we are going to now do this. Instead of y equals x squared, look at all the things I did to the x squared. I did 3 different things here to the x squared. So the 3 is a what? A, B, C, or D? A. The 4 part is a C and a D. Can you write me your new coordinate using the 3, the 4, and the 2? So x plus 4,
What? Oh, because the
opposite, 3y plus 2. Okay, I'm going to do a few points and to see what it looks like. Can I give you a little bit of a hint here? To do things fast, I just go, what are all the new x's? And I run all the x's through. I don't do point by point. I go, let's put all the x's through. So this 0 is 4. 1 plus 4 is 5. Okay, I just go through all my x's and make new x's. Okay, gonna run all my y's through. So 3 times 0 plus 2 is 2. 3 times 1 is 3 plus 2, 5. This is also 5. 3 times 4, 12 plus 2, 14, 14. Can you graph me these coordinates now? I'm sorry, just kind of do a bubble off the graph there.
So you're taking me to the dentist?
Sure. You want to go?
Do I have to tell you?
I need to leave in like 4 minutes. One more question. Yes. Okay, that's what I look like right now. That's my ending up. Do your physical descriptors match your drawing? Okay, a vertical stretch. Can you imagine I think like a puppet and you like string, Play-Doh, pulling it apart? Can you visualize that? Did your points get pulled apart, vertically stretched apart? Yep. For instance, look at this. How far apart are those spaced? 1. How far are they stretched out between each other now? 3. They're vertically stretched apart. They're 1 apart, now they're 3 apart. Did it move right and up? Do you see all those things that happen? Okay, flip 2 pages. I have one more question and then done. Okay, so I gave you an equation here. It's obviously a quadratic equation.
It's a big ass.
Look at what I did in the first option. So the first option, I negated
I was confused.
Yeah.
I negated each x. In the second option, I negated the whole function. Do you see a difference in my writing? Negated just the x's. Here I negated the entire function.
Okay.
So this negative would be considered an A or a B? It would be the B, which reflects over the what axis? When you change a B. You reflect over the y-axis. Versus this, I put the negative in front of the whole function. So this would be an A, which would reflect over the x-axis.
So this is y-axis and this is x.
How did you know the first one was a B? I thought it was a
Because the negative is in front of each x. So remember,
Just decided to put it there or what?
yeah, because this is an A and this is a B. So this negative applies to the x of the function and this negative applies to the whole function. Do you see the difference in the way it's written?
Yeah.
The negative is only on negating the x's of the function, and this is negating the whole function.
So you just have to imagine that equation from before, that's the given equation.
Yeah.
there. You have to
Yep.
imagine that as this y equals fx.
Wait, let me
Yeah.
write that down.
Y equals da 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 is my f of x. It's just I can pick whatever I want for f of x to be.
There's no f there.
No, because it's an actual function. F of x is the function, but I represented the function.
As an actual one.
Wait, can you scoot over?
Can you just throw it on there?
Yeah, there we go.
Yep, thank you. Okay, the last one, ready? So here, do you see that replacing each x, I replaced each x, right? So therefore it is a C,
C.
because right? I replaced each x, so this one will shift right to. And in this one, this is the function, and then do you see that there's a subtract 2 after the function was written? Do you see all this piece here was the whole function, and then there was a subtract 2 after, so this would show a down 2. So it's a little bit tricky in the way that it's written.
Yeah. No, I don't have that. Just not confused.
So just recognizing now, instead of an f, I could write a function. So now I'm deciding, is this with the x as a c, or is it after the function as a d? Something to think about. I think you have 2 questions that you run into like that.
How would you know what the 14 that it goes down to?
This is 14 just because I simplified those 2.
Oh, okay, oh, like or.
My original function would have had a height of 16.
The original.
Yeah,
Otherwise, how would you
right.
know?
Yep.
Okay,
Good, yeah, good. I get it too.
This is good.
Okay,